Welcome back to Amy Kardashian and the Expert Show, where the experts share their wisdom, knowledge, and powerful insights to help you transform your business and personal life. I am your host, Amy Kardashian, not Kardashian. Well, in this segment, I have a wonderful guest with me. His name is Christoph.
Merrill.
Christoph
Merrill, you got it right.
I got it right, Christoph. And then he's going to share with us how to accelerate your success. Christoph is an entrepreneur, father, and he is known, he's recognized to be #1 life and business accelerator.
Yes.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
I have a problem with the R.
You have a problem with the R, but you did great, Amy.
Well, you made it easy for me. But I know Christoph for a while through Judy Morio.
Yes.
Is that correct? And Judy always talks very highly about you. I'm almost jealous.
Well, I love Judy, so I appreciate that.
I know. She is an amazing author, speaker, and she have a show on akexpertstv.com.
She does.
You know that? It's the world of book reviews, and she's amazing. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank
Wow.
you. I'm glad to be here.
Well, I'm glad to have you. And you promised me you're going to come back and we're going to do more segments with you. Is
We
that
can certainly do that.
Okay.
That would be fun.
And we want to learn a couple of steps and give us a little bit your background, and let's roll.
So, basically an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Started at a very early age, really not knowing exactly what I was doing, just trying to kind of figure it out as I go. You see, I always felt like the system was rigged.
Mm-hmm.
There was something I was missing. I saw others have success that I wasn't having, and I tried and I tried and I tried, and it just never seemed to work. And once I figured out some of those things, I call them secrets, that other people know that they really share. It's out there, it's open,
Mm-hmm.
but most people don't take advantage of it or think it's too simple.
They don't know it's there.
Yeah, it can't be that easy.
Yeah.
It can't be that easy. But once I figured all of those things out, really the world kind of exploded for me, and opportunities presented itself, and it really became part of what I wanted to do. It reminds me of a story. So I was adopted at birth,
Mm-hmm.
and because of this scenario, I had maybe a paragraph about my mother, and 3 sentences about I don't know if I want to use sperm donor as the concept. I don't know what their relationship was.
Okay.
And I struggled to find out who they were. And I had one moment where I walked into an office, and the goal was to gather more information, to be able to find out their name or be able to know who they were. And the answer was, I'm sorry, we don't have any more information.
So you were disappointed about that?
Beyond disappointed. I was a mess.
Mm-hmm.
So I walked out to the car, and I held it together. I held it together while I walked out to the car, but the moment I sat in the car, I just sobbed. And I sobbed. And here's the thing that I learned that applies so much to business, is I can't change the past. There's virtually nothing I can do. I can sit and I can ponder and I can pray and I can hope and I can cry and I can scream and I can kick. I can't change it. And in business, exactly the same. Wherever you're at in your business, there's nothing you can do about the past. You can merely accept what was. And once I accepted what was, I could start accepting what is. Because I'm right here, right now. Tomorrow, I'm not entirely sure it's going to be around. The past, it's not going to control me any longer. Whether it's attitude, whether it's culture, whether it's religion, it's a lot like this. Find a scar on your body. Now you don't need to do it on camera, but find a scar. I have one right here on my finger.
Okay.
And that scar, when I look at that scar, I am immediately
Reminds you of something.
I remember the story. I remember what I was doing. I remember why I was doing it. And so I think life gives us those scars. Whether it's emotional, physical, spiritual, or whatever, they're there. They're there to remind us of either what to do, what not to do, or what to avoid. And so once we accept what was and we accept what is, we have to accept where we're going. See, most people have what I call the shiny object syndrome. They're running over here, they're running over there, and they're kind of trying to do 100 things at one time. And for me, a statement that I have adopted, I learned it very, very early on, is if you're in, then be all in. Mm-hmm. See, most people sit on the fence.
That comes with acceptance.
Yes, it comes with because most people sit on the fence. Or in some cases, they're not even sitting on the fence. They're in the park. They're not even playing the game. And perfect example. Most people, when they're at work, are not thinking of work. They're thinking of home. They're thinking of what's going on. They're thinking of the list of things that need to be done. Oh, I wonder if my kids are okay. I wonder if my spouse... And then when they get home, they're thinking about all the things they have to do at work.
Yeah.
So my focus of what I do is to help people accelerate their life, to accelerate their success. When you're at work, you've got to be all in. Mm-hmm. And when you're home, you've got to be all in at home.
That is wisdom right there.
Well,
really. Because that's where you be the moment, in this moment.
Yes.
You're living your life for this moment.
Correct.
Okay, so be all in.
Be all in.
For your business, and then be at your business completely, and then when you leave your business, go home and just leave everything behind you.
Correct.
And be completely present.
See, most people take everything around with them. It's as if they act like they're hauling a bag around over their shoulder, and the problem is they have the wrong bag for the wrong job.
And they don't succeed on both of them.
Correct. They're half in, they're half out. My opinion of most people is decide. See, most people kind of feel like, oh, I don't have opportunity. That's because they haven't decided what they want. Mm-hmm. If you want a great relationship with your spouse, you've got to show up. You've got to be all in for that. If you want a great business, if you want to own your own business someday, I call it burn the bridge. Burn the bridge. You can't retreat. There's nowhere to go back to. You have to be in the moment, and you have to be all in, and you have to go forward.
If you could take this wisdom right now, you could run with it. You could be successful. I'm telling you, because this is a great insight right there.
I'm a little passionate.
I appreciate that, because that is the truth. You either you're in completely or you're not. So
correct.
That is a great insight. If you really take it, this is could make or break you. Literally,
it does make or break most people. Most people aren't willing to commit out of one thing, fear. And most people are either afraid it will work or they're afraid it won't work. And the hard part about that is that's in the future. You don't know.
No, the future.
So they freeze. They're fearful right here, right now, and most people don't act. I use the analogy sometimes when I have the opportunity to speak. You're either the driver, or you're the passenger, or you're the bystander. And so many people don't actually drive their own success vehicle.
Yeah.
They're in the passenger seat, so when they end up where they don't want to go, who do they have to blame?
And nobody but themselves.
Nobody but themselves. So you're either all in or all out.
So this is the great insight you give us. But you're going to promise me that you're going to come back again on the show, and you're going to share with us more of your wisdom.
I will make that deal.
Experiences, because you have been in business entrepreneur for a long time.
I have.
You're a father, and you're amazing.
Yes.
A speaker, and we want more of that. We want more of your insights. Can you do that?
Deal.
Can you promise now?
I will make the commitment to come back, and when I give the commitment, my word is law.
Here you go.
I'm all in.
I'm going to hold you on that.
Done.
Okay, so can you give us your website? We have only 50 seconds.
I sure can. It is just my name, Christoph Merrill. ChristopherMerrill.com.
And if you're watching on social media, don't forget to go akexpertstv.com to watch all of the segments. I have different categories that you could choose from. Thank you so much for
You're
being
welcome,
with
Amy.
us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being with us today. We'll see you soon.